get the second half underway after the shrill blast of the whistle of Robert Hicks. Here we go. A whole season's work for two great clubs comes down to the next 48 minutes.
That's a great point that Kieran Cunningham made during the week, Eddie. The efforts these guys have put in since they got together at the start of the year. Well, it would have been before the turn of the year, actually. Pre-season training, all those hard hours, all that slog, pre-season games, and then the Super League, World Club Challenge, Challenge Cup. They've had to go through it all. St Helens side, Leeds, all of that too, except for the World Club Challenge. And it boils down to this, the next 40 minutes. It's a huge, huge half ahead of both of these sides.
And St Helens have taken a mighty gamble with Tommy Makinson. I don't think he's going to last much longer.
No, he's limping already, but what a wonderful kick by that fella, Rob Barrow. That is a big problem for Saints and Kieran Cunningham.
Look, he can hardly move, Makinson.
And that's great tactic, isn't it?
Well, you take the risk, though, wouldn't you? You get him out there and see if he can run for a minute or two. Better substitution. Here's in the first half how the tackle happened. You see his right leg and ankle twisted and bent behind his body. A complete freak accident. I suppose he's had 15 minutes inside the dressing room. They've done everything they can to keep it warm, keep his movement going, but he does look in pain and discomfort.
I'm not sure I would risk it, Phil. I'm not sure. I think I'd give him a run.
You'd give him a minute or two, wouldn't you, Ryan?
You could do that during the half-time break, get him to have a trot. He's moving so badly here. You see him hopping. He's not going to be able to do anything, Phil, if anybody attacks down that wing.
And not only that, Brian, is that the fact that Leeds pinpointed him straight away. Rob Barrow kicked to that corner, and that means that they're going to put him under more pressure. It's a huge gamble.
And the Saints have loaded the bench, of course, with 4 forwards, so there'll have to be a major rejig by Kieran Cunningham. And who knows, if Saints get to Old Trafford, what repercussions will there be?
If any team can cover, though, with the loss of a player, it's St Helens. Remember last year's grand final? Lance Ahaya left the field, their main playmaker early in the game. They recovered and still won the match.
High kick from Wilkin, claimed by Ryan Hall.
And that's the first one he's had to defuse as well throughout this game, and that really would have settled his nerves. As I said last week against the Giants, it was all over the shop. Well, perhaps they'd have to utilise the likes of Mark Flanagan to fill into the centres. As you say, Eddie, they've got the big fellas on the bench of Saints.
Hold on, wait.
Garbutt, they're going down that left-hand side, but it's basically straight up the middle from Brad Singleton. I mean, Leeds must have spotted that Makinson has a major problem.
Well, Brian
But they're coming
McDermott,
this way.
Brian McDermott, the Leeds coach, he's fully aware of that. Now it comes to the kick. This is where they've got to go to him.
He's on one leg, Makinson. He's on one leg.
They've dropped him to the full back. He's got to get up, and it's going.
Well, he takes it cleanly, but look, he can hardly move. It's brave from Makinson, but how long can he last? I'm just looking at the Saints bench. There's not much movement over there.
Well, you talk it's brave, Eddie. It may be brave, but it's quite foolish, as far as I'm concerned. He's just not going to be in the game. I mean, how he took that ball is beyond belief. They've shoved him out onto the right wing now.
He's moving slightly better now, but he's still not anything like 50% fit. He really isn't. St Helens bringing the ball away from that side with Cervello. Let's hear from Angela Powers. Any news on Tommy Makinson out?
You probably know as much as I do, to be fair. When he came off, he was limping off, and the doctor and the physio came off with him. They're going to put him back on, as you can see, he's back on the pitch. They're going to see how he goes, but just keep your eye on him, see how he goes. That's it, most of all. The message from the Saints team about Makinson. The message overall from both coaches is very much the same. It's going to be a very tight game. It might go to the last 5 minutes, this. If not, as we know from last week, it could go even closer than that. As you can see as well, right on the line there, the action's happening. But you know, the whole point for this game, they reckon, is just keep the intensity, keep going at it. No side is going to give up. They won't give up to the very end. So both coaches saying the same thing. It's going to be tight. Keep up with the intensity.
Well, there's a big problem
from St Helens here.
Yeah, but there's a problem for John Wilkin. There you see him down there in back play. And what on earth they were thinking from Tom Briscoe to be throwing a pass like that. He raises the arm and says, sorry, fellas, but this...
Well, yeah. Heidecker lands on Wilkin. Wilkin was brilliant, probably the best defender on the field in the first 40. Like Michael McLaurin does for Wigan. Takes the line forward with great speed, very effective with the tackles he made. They need him out there.
Oh, did that touch Murray McCarthy Scarsbrook hands? No, says referee or touch judge. This is the problem that Wilkin picked up. He got a bang in the face earlier in the first half, remember, and someone's just now landed full weight on top of him, maybe his head as well, but he's been well checked out on the field. He's A-OK to carry on, they say. So here comes Jordan Turner.
He needs to step up to the plate a little bit more as well, Turner. He was insignificant in that first 40 minutes, and he's the man that's got the step.
Great run from Greenwood. Great run that was. He had Watkins on his back. This now is Roby. Roby to Walsh. Walsh into centre field to Turner. Drops it off to LMS. And it was Delaney who got to him first. He was finished off by Jamie Peacock. Roby, this is the last. Walsh, oh, he hangs on somehow. Slides the kick in. Maguire gets to it, gets out of trouble brilliantly actually, skipped over the top of Jordan Turner's attempted tackle.
Yeah, what a sight.
Here goes Ryan Hall! Ryan Hall, can he get past Quinlan?
Can he become the hero again? Yes, he can. No, he can't.
Brilliant tackle from Quinlan.
Play the ball, he's got to be penalised. He had a second goal. The official said play on, advantage.
Looping pass into the arms of Watkins. This is Leeds' chance. Big chance here, off the head. Back to zero. Burrow. Rob Burrow loses his footing.
Boy, there was a huge gap there, and he knows it, Brian McDermott. But full credit to Quinlan for stopping the big fella Ryan Hall.
It looked a one-horse race, but Quinlan stood his ground, got in a fantastic tackle. They're coming down that left-hand side, attacking Makinson's wing. Percival's got a bang on the head from Joel Moon. Moon keeps it going. And Percival's out of the defensive line as well. There's all sorts of problems left. They've got to go that way, surely. Burrow comes back this way, though, to Peacock. Peacock, looking for an opening in centre field, goes down. Another great tackle from Roby. Plays the ball to Sinfield. Here is Brett Delaney. This is Callum Watkins. Oh! And Quinlan, does he get to it? Yes, he does. St Helens somehow survived.
I don't know how, but Quinlan has just got back in time. There's a St Helens player out on that left-hand side.
Percival it is.
If it's right to stop the game now, why didn't they stop it 3 players earlier? That doesn't make sense to me. He's nowhere near the ball now.
I think he's only just been told about the injury over on that side. That's the problem that the officials have. They're looking at the play coming one way.
There's 2 touch
and the
judges who
injury's on the
speak
other
with
side.
microphones.
Well, there is, but you know, as long as play goes over the far side, they're being treated. The doctor's on now, and once the doctor's on, we should really stop the game.
Well, he doesn't look well, Mark Percival, does he? No.
Clash of heads. Certainly made contact with Moon. Look at the break, though, from the big winger, Ryan Hall. But look at Adam Quinlan. He sizes him up.
It's great play from Quinlan, you know.
Is it ever? He knocks down the fend off and then goes for the legs.
He's come up with 2 very big defensive plays. That one there on Ryan Hall. As you see, this is how he picks up the injury. A clash of heads. The treatment is finished. Now this is where it gets hard for St Helens. They've defended so well. Somebody's got to come up with a good run, quick play of the ball, try and break this Leeds Rhinos wall.
Leeds are hunting what could be a crucial try as Savelio takes this ball forward. They're looking for the mistake from the champions. Roby. Here is Wilkin. Helps it on to Turner. Finds a Telebay.
And look where they're going to have to play the 5th.
20 metres away from their own line. Big kick is required here. Big kick from Turner. Well, he gets it only as far as Briscoe. 10 metres inside his own half. Briscoe will return this. Gets as far as Greenwood and Wilkin. Turner's hurt now. St Helens somehow clinging on to this 1-point advantage. Delaney hobbling away. Is there going to be anybody left? Whoever gets to Old Trafford. This is Ablett. And Ablett goes down. Oh, he caught the leg by the, looks as in the trailing leg of Turner. This is Burrow. Burrow gets it away. Oh, what a brave tackle that was by Makinson. Ablett, has he only delayed the inevitable?
He's got it down, has he? There's a knee underneath it. He'll go upstairs, or as he says, play the ball. He's short.
He's seen it on the floor, he says. This is going up as a try.
I've got try.
Well, how on earth did St Helens keep them out for so long?
How on earth did Makinson get to the first tackle?
Well, it's James Roby that might have done his knee. James Roby's right knee. Just keep an eye on that.
Well, I haven't seen the ball on the ground yet, and of course it's got to be grounded. The referee said he's seen at some point the ball on the ground, which is why he awarded try on the way up, but certainly from the first view, the ball didn't get anywhere near the ground.
I'm with you, Stuart. I don't think he's got this down.
Just look at James Roby drive his knee in there, keeping the ball off the ground. I think the man that scored the opening try, unless we see a different angle, might have saved one.
There's the ball.
There's James Roby's knee in between the ball and the ground. I think Roby, Eddie, has pulled off a huge play, ably assisted by Atelier-Vey.
People have just seen that boot come across. They think that's the ball.
It's no try, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, don't forget the system we've got. The referee set this up as a try. Have the video referees got enough evidence there to say that it's not a try? Certainly we think they have up here, but it's down to the two video referees. They have to disprove that this ball hasn't touched the line.
And don't forget, it's senior partners, Thaler and Silverwood.
They've got to turn this down.
Everybody, Savelio's foot, Roby's knee, and Atelier-Vey's body. I think they've stopped this. Carl Ablett, no try.
Let's have a look. This is a big call. This is a massive call. Tries denied. Great defence from Roby.
Well, the Saints must have Bear Grylls at training in the week, because their survival instincts are amazing. Their opponents made 5 great breaks in this game, and not once have they been able to turn it into a try. Most often this season, a long-range effort from Leeds leads to 6 points. But I'll tell you what, Saints somehow stopped their opponents scoring here tonight.
And this is the last tackle here with Sinfield to Singleton, and they have stopped them. Unbelievable courage from St Helens.
Yeah, that is great. Singleton thought they'd get through. And there's more problems for Leeds. Brett Delaney, he is in all sorts of trouble.
Well, Leeds not taking a chance on Delaney. Makinson incredibly still out there, and he put in a very important tackle in that sequence of events we saw.
If, Eddie, and it's a huge if, because it's the Leeds Rhinos at Headingley that Saints are playing against. If Saints go on to win this game and have a repeat of next year's grand final, remember the period, last 5 minutes of defence that they put in, including that man Tommy Makinson, who's now left the field, but did put in a try-saving tackle. That might be a huge part in St Helens going ahead and winning this game.
And if they get there, will Makinson play a part at Old Trafford? He's got 8 days to recover. Delaney likewise. Wilkin with a deep kick. And this will skip dead.
Oh, just as well. The idea was superb. It's a little bit disappointing.
Frustration, yes, for Wilkin. He wanted that to stay, obviously, in the field of play.
But he will be so proud of his players, the way that they kept Leeds out. Well, we often call for the 1 point, Eddie, when it gets close. We saw one from Luke Walsh just before the half-time break. It wouldn't surprise me if Leeds, if they get anywhere near, they'll go to tie it up, make it 9-all. They won't wait until the last few minutes.
Big hit by Greenwood.
Well, the shift of personnel, Eddie. Tommy Makinson going off, looks like Mark Percival going on the wing. And Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook will play as right centre for the rest of this game. He is agile, he is big, and he is quick. He will be tested.
And he's going to be tested here now, because this is Cuthbertson. Gets it away to Burrow. Burrow scrambles to his feet, plays it to Maguire. Here comes Ablett. Ablett bounces away from one. Roby sticks to his guns with help from Wilkin. Captain's knock tonight from John Wilkin.
Certainly is. Here's a high kick. Maguire's got it up.
Quinlan claims it.
Tremendous. Good work by Peacock, though. Peacock just stayed away, made sure that it didn't give away the penalty. So different, so many metres. It makes all the difference. Keep them down there.
Well, St Helens have been on the back foot, really, for about the last 10 minutes. But they're about to bring on what they think is their game changer. Alex Worms has been impressive this season in almost every game we've seen him play. He's given the ball here and asked by his team now to get us out of our own half and rolling downfield.
Wilkin again. What an effort from this fella tonight.
Certainly is, and that's good yardage forward. This will be the kick. Walsh into the corner. Oh, he's gone to midfield, and it's a cracker.
Briscoe picks it up underneath the shadow of his uprights, finds Hardacre, and the chase has arrived.
You know, it amazes me. Briscoe takes the ball on the run and then slows down to pass to Zach Hardaker, who is barely trotting. If you're going to get the ball in the winger, take it to him. Get those extra few meters.
Right, down to Angela Powers quickly.
Well, while you were on that no try, waiting for the decision, we saw Delaney in the back of play. He was having his leg strapped up, his thigh strapped up, but he tried to run it off and just couldn't. The look on his face was pure agony, so he's limped off the pitch and he's now having ice on his thigh. They think it could be a dead leg, not sure yet, but it doesn't look like he might be able to come on in the near future. In terms of Tommy Makinson, he's sitting next to me with his boot off, but we'll wait and see with that one too.
Okay, so things off the field, things on the field, deep kick, and Mark Percival was underneath it, and he will return this with interest, will Percival.
And that's how you should run, not wait and find someone to pass. Look at the meters that they've got forward. They're on the roll.
I think Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook got a bang in the face for his pains there as well. Adam Swift. Wilkin pops the pass up to that man Walmsley, carries it forward to the 40-metre mark inside the Leeds half. McCarthy-Scarsbrook, okay, here goes Kyle Amor, he's got Greenwood with him, Amor, little dummy, Kyle Amor,
he's lost it.
It is Hardaker again.
There was a wobble there, I don't know whether he lost control of it.
Quinlan underneath the post.
He's knocked on. I think Peacock's knocked on.
Did knock on in goal?
That's what it's called, goal line dropout. So he's knocked on in the in-goal area.
Boy, very fortunate indeed. But what about the effort from Kyle Amor?
He did lose it.
Yeah.
Lost it plainly. And the referee didn't see it.
Well, I picked it up quickly. It looked as though it bobbled, and there you can see. Ooh, lucky. Boy, how lucky is Peacock.
Well, I was looking at the St. Helens side, Eddie, that looked busted, looked beat up, and then Mark Percival and Kyle Amor come up with brilliant runs to put the Leeds Rhinos under pressure. Let's see what St. Helens could do. 1 point in front of the scoreboard. They're going to be tired. They've been defending. Let's see if they can puncture the Leeds Rhinos.
Walmsley trying to do exactly that. Stuart, just tell me why he couldn't go back to that incident where he appeared to lose, well, did definitely lose the ball.
Well, a try wasn't scored for the first thing, but it's also gone through a few phases of play. So we can't use the video referee in that situation.
Fair enough, there we are, all cleared up. Walmsley.
And that's where the touch judges should be there to help.
Roby, here is Walsh. Amor again, Amor again.
Oh, he just brushed off Peacock. Peacock didn't know where he is.
Yeah, Jamie Peacock looks out on his feet. Roby and Greenwood. The ball is spilled. The ball is spilled. Sinfield drops on it gratefully.
Oh, that's a big error there.
Here goes Watkins.
Greenwood should have kept hold of this.
Yeah, but mate, this is what a playoff game should be like. You should have to do something special if you want to score points in a game like this, and both teams' commitment, admirable.
And that man there, he got the head pats when he got up. It was Brad Singleton that jabbed his shoulder into the St. Helens ball carrier, dislodged it. Big defensive effort, turned the ball over just when his team were starting to feel the pressure of St. Helens.
Singleton takes it forward for the Rhinos. All tackles gone, still halfway inside their own half. Can Luluai carry them up to halfway? Yes, he can, almost.
I made the point, Eddie, that they'll go for one if they get anywhere near, but the St. Helens defence has been solid, and you can see they've taken it on the full.
Quinlan was underneath the kick. This is Adam Swift, and he's now underneath Rob Burrow and Kylie Luluai. Jamie Peacock blowing for tugs on the sideline. He'll come back, I'm sure. 41 tackles, that's why he looks exhausted, Jamie Peacock. This is Alex Walmsley.
Yeah, both sides are going through the mill, aren't they?
Wilkin, McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
So I must say, you've got to say that it looks like Saints are a little bit more adventurous. They're getting over that advantage line. They look a lot, well, more eager to get on with the game. This is a high one.
Again from Wilkins' left boot. Hardaker's safe as houses. Briscoe. Could have been a penalty. Is a penalty.
Yeah, second effort. And it's just a lack of concentration that brings it about, fatigue setting in.
I think it's a lack of oxygen, Mike, isn't it? 16 very fast and hard minutes for both teams. Pulled him back after he's got up to play the ball. A number of times Tom Briscoe, he's awarded a penalty. Players really struggle to put him on the ground.
Here comes Luluai in the charge. Straight at Josh Jones and Greenwood. I tell you what, Wigan will be licking their lips watching this. This is a physical confrontation ahead of whatever's going to happen at Old Trafford next week. Wigan against either of these two. Where's your money running? Saturday the 10th, week tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Well, you're right, Eddie, the cherry and whites over the Pennines. They were saying, let's see a few more of these players. I mean, they're dropping like flies at the moment.
And they'll want golden point. We've never had golden point in the playoffs in Super League before. They'll want this to go on till midnight, Wigan.
And also, they've got to get in a good position and maybe go for the one.
Singleton.
Squared it all up. Wonderful play by Singleton.
Yeah, it was obstruction.
Oh, it's obstruction. It's against Leeds.
That's Rob Burrow, believe it or not, blocks Joe Greenwood. There, right in the line, runs behind him, and that's a penalty.
And he knows it as well. And it was just at that point that Leeds were setting up for the 1 point, Eddie, to square it. They know it's not going to be easy to score a try.
Walmsley again, straight at Cuthbertson. Roby goes down the short side in the Televe.
Well, my money's on the man, James Roby, to make the breakthrough.
It's with Walsh. Walmsley again. He's seen some work since he's come off the bench.
Great tackle, Kylie Luluai.
Wait, go.
He's injured
Roby.
now, it's Walmsley.
Last, move. He control.
Yes, they're on and trying to sort Alex Walmsley out as Luke Walsh has it and kicks crossfield, looking for Greenwood maybe, only finding Sinfield.
How about that?
St Helens find Kevin Sinfield.
Yeah, how about this for the take? Under enormous pressure. You talk about a captain's knock. But Saints will be eager to stop Leeds getting anywhere near the halfway line. Got to be careful. Make sure that they're squared. He could have been penalised there, Wilkin. He had a second go.
Ryan Hall.
Oh, he's lost it.
Picked up by Wilkin.
They've got the overlap, Eddie.
They have. It is Jordan Turner. And here goes Percival. And Percival scores for St Helens. Kieran Cunningham, Sean Long off their feet. Not given yet. They've got a try on the field. And they're having a look at what happened in the way the ball came free at the start of this free play.
That's what we're checking.
Leeds surrounding the referee and asking him to check on that, and Kevin Sinfield having to just close them down. Now then, Stuart, what's your verdict?
He asked, was it a one-on-one ball steal? I think it was a one-on-one ball steal, and it's gone backwards, and I think it'll be play on. That ball comes out and comes away.
Is there any worry with Kyler Moore being involved in the tackle first? Just have a look at this, Stuart. So you got Kyler Moore involved in the tackle.
Well, from that point,
it's still touching him.
He's still touching him, but he breaks the tackle.
Right.
He's broken the tackle. He keeps going. He hasn't fallen off, as the law states. He's broken the tackle. Ryan Hall's broken the tackle. That then becomes a one-on-one ball steal. So that should be play on.
And it's gone backwards, you're right. But Wilkin knew that they had the overlap. You could see there the accepting Joel Moon. And Percival has become a hero. Right in front of the visiting fans as well.
Coming up to the hour mark on this. Is this a crucial moment for Mark Percival and the champions? Yes, it is. St Helens' lead is increased by 4, courtesy of the 10th try of the season for Mark Percival.
Well, a big turnover of possession here when you've got your best chance of scoring, be it football or rugby. The defence isn't set, and the quickest teams and the best sides score in these situations. John Wilkin, Jordan Turner, what a great conversion from a chance to points with a massive kick here to follow. The Ryan Hall almost burst through the middle of the field. Briscoe had a good carry. The two wingers for Leeds are dangerous when they run the ball. With the lost possession, Wilkin does really well, as does Turner. But what a classy winger St Helens have on the outside at the moment.
And you can see there that the man that lost the ball, Ryan Hall, that meant that there was a huge gap out on the left-hand side, and he has taken full advantage. But what about the quick thinking by John Wilkin? He didn't panic, he went on the arc. He knew that all he had to do was suck in Joel Moon, the centre. Having done that, Turner and Percival finish it off.
Well, Mark Percival got 2 tries in the Challenge Cup semi-final against Leeds and lost. He's just scored a try here in this semi-final in the race to Old Trafford. And will it be crucial? This is an important kick from Walsh. He's missed it.
Well, everybody in the Leeds Rhinos jersey must have got to try and stop this when St Helens turned it over and spread it wide. I think, though, in the end, Kylie Lulaway in his efforts might have gotten in the way of Zach Hardacre. I think Zach Hardacre, the defender that he is, had Kylie not been there, trying to do his best for his team, that Zach might have been able to stop it. And Kieran Cunningham wouldn't be celebrating a crucial score for St Helens.
Deep kick-off, Wilkins underneath it.
Move, Jimmy.
Wilkins has had some nights in the red V of St Helens. This, one of his best.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Led by example.
Massive hit that was by Kinehorst.
Oh, there's plenty left in this game, that's for sure. We've just gone into the final quarter.
Well, Leeds had a fairy tale ending last week. This is all said, isn't it? Kevin Sinfield's last game on this ground, for him to kick the winning conversion to win the game 14-13. But to do that, they need to improve in what they've shown for the last 15.
Carnegie play here too.
Walmsley will take it forward. It's the last tackle here now.
Good effort by Walmsley. He's certainly made an impact when he come back on. Wilkin. Ooh, not the best
Briscoe.
effort there. They're messing around. Oh, it looked very, very cumbersome there.
They trapped him with the inside of the boot and it just spewed away from him. Ooh, oh, oh. Ryan Hall hangs on somehow.
Here, John. Wait, mate. Hold.
Yeah, and his mind will be thinking about the fact that Greenwood ripped it away from him. And they're up for it in the defence, and he knows he's under pressure, Brian McDermott. He knows they're going to pull something out of it.
2 of the 3 are here at Headingley, 2 of the 3 trophies.
Release. Go for
St Helens at the moment, 1 footstep down Matt Busby way.
Tell you what, Leeds are going to say something else in this game before the end of it. I've no doubt about that at all. The scoreline will not stay the same.
Can he offload? Briscoe, no. Great defence once again. Leading the way, the captain, Wilkin.
Burrow with a kick from inside the 40, right down the middle of the field.
It's a great one too. This will hang about in the in-goal area.
Percival will run it back. It's a bit of a ragged chasing line.
Move, Jamie. Hold.
Well, isn't it amazing they're giving away a
Penalty,
penalty?
St Helens. This will relieve the pressure.
He can't believe it, Ablett. But I think there was an arm in there. See the arm underneath, just pulls the ball away, trying to kid the referee Robert Higgs. But isn't it amazing? Leeds were setting up 9-8, Saints were leading. Leeds setting up for the 1-pointer. Rob Burrow gets done for obstruction.
Time them tackles, boys. Hold, go.
And has history changed
One,
with that moment?
Move. Come on, Jimmy.
There's still plenty of time for Leeds.
Hold, go.
Cervelio for St Helens to the halfway line, exactly.
Move, Kylie.
And you can see there that James Roby marshalling the troops and the way that John Wilkin is getting the kicking game away. They must feel pretty confident. It's been a good effort, especially from this fella, Kyle Amor. He's had a big game.
Hold, Carl, mate. Hold, I wait. Go.
Roby again to Luke Walsh. Now it's Cervelio once more.
For Jamie.
Composure, the key. And he knows it is Roby. He's off again.
Wilkin on an angled run.
Move, Kylie.
Last tackle here coming up for St Helens. Back it comes to Walsh. Walsh slides the kick in. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrooks after this. Ryan Hall collects it. Jordan Turner collects him.
Move, Jordan.
They turn it over on the Leeds line.
Go.
Great kick. And that's all you need. Just keep them down there.
Move, get square.
But they've got to be wary. They know that Leeds are capable. They've got the speed out wide.
3, release.
What a battle this is. What a battle.
Well, we anticipated it, didn't it?
Garbutt takes it forward.
4, move,
Again.
John.
Saints defence, and he's done his job well in defence as well, Amor.
Peacock gets the arm free.
Oh, he tried to offload it,
tries to
that's
get
play
the ball
on.
free.
Well, they don't need that. Why are they trying to do that in their own half?
Why is he trying to do it with that amount of bodies around him? They can do it in their own half, but with that many bodies around Jamie Peacock, attempting an offload, this is folly.
Well, it's not what you expect from one of the most experienced players in Super League.
Another try, Eddie, and it is all over.
Roby. Centre field to Wilkin. Savelio. Another good run from young Andre Savelio. Hasn't he come of age late in this season? The 20-year-old. Walsh drops it off to Atelier.
Again, that inside pass on the angle. He's created all sorts of problems for Leeds.
Walsh again. Walsh again. They've reached the fifth tackle. Here comes the last for the Saints.
A grubber into the in-goal, surely.
Roby!
Oh, he went to the zone. Peacock saved the day.
And they turn it over again, just short of the Leeds line.
Well, he's out on his feet. Jamie Peacock. Surely he can't last the rest of this game.
The Leeds problem is going forward here. They've just given the ball to Danny Maguire and asked him to get them away from their own try line. Ryan Hall next, but they're literally crawling forward here now on hands and knees. And they can't seem to get through. Oh, big risky pass.
Well, that's in Adam Cuthbertson's DNA, isn't it? He doesn't seem to be able to remove that from his game, and it's been a feature of his first season in the Super League, Cuthbertson, the offloads. Sinfield with a 40-20 attempt. With a 40-20 attempt.
He's got to get it.
Got it. What a kick from Sinfield.
And what a player. When the pressure arrives and you need something out of the box, he does it, and he knows it as Brian McDermott. We saw it last week when it was Danny Maguire that put that little chip over for Ryan Hall. They won it with 5 seconds against the Giants, and this could be the turning point.
I watched Mitch Garbutt as this ball went over the sideline. Zach Hardacre patting him on the back. Mitch Garbutt, one of the forwards that would have had to be walked back up and defend another set had that not been a 40-20. He punched the air, thanking his inspirational leader, Kevin Sinfield, for that huge play.
Well,
it's a 5-point margin. Remember, 6-point try, it would come down to Kevin Sinfield to kick the goal. Would that goal take Leeds and Sinfield to Old Trafford? They've got to score the try first. Maguire doing all that he can to try and get over the line. Savelio making sure he doesn't make any more progress forward. Here is Sinfield again, into centre field to Watkins. Watkins drops the shoulder.
Move, goal line, get on it.
I'm still backing Burrow to have a big say in this game.
Peacock to Sinfield, wide to Burrow.
Great
McCarthy
work.
Scarsbrook again.
The big fella's done a good job out there on that right centre.
Maguire's having a right go at the winger on that far side. Peacock gets it away.
Lost it.
I think he was tackled without the ball.
Oh, they'll take the tap, surely. This will be interesting. Will McDermott say we'll take the 2 and risk getting over? They've gone for the tap, they've done the right thing.
Garbutt drives it in towards that St. Helens line.
My money's on Burrow. Beep, beep, to get over.
Stay on your line.
He's 2 metres away, he's a dummy half. Burrow, he's having a go. They were alert to that danger. It's Cuthbertson now. Back it comes to Sinfield. Then it goes to Hardacre. Solid defence again from Saints. Walsh slow down. Sinfield. Peacock. Watkins! Held up just short. Quinlan. Hardacre.
They're all offside.
Play on, says the referee. Play on, says the referee. Sinfield, delayed an eternity. Flicks it back to Kindhorst. He gives it to Maguire. Maguire goes wide. This is Joel Moon. Off the back foot to Ryan Hall again.
He can't get it down.
He's got that down.
Yeah, but has he got it on the line?
Percival stopped him.
Unbelievable.
They've got a try there. I think he got it down. I think he just managed to get it down. And has Ryan Hall done it again for the Rhinos? Stuart Cummings, talk to us about the referees, the video referees.
Well, Robert Hicks, again, in a good position in the in-goal area. He's awarded the try on the field. It's a case of, does he get that ball down in the in-goal area? Remember, the line is part of the in-goal area. Is it down there? We can see that he's still got possession despite the attention. He's in possession, that's a try.
He's got the wrist on it, and that surely will be downward pressure.
Well, that ball stayed in his grasp all the way down. His fingers are still on it. I think that's enough to award the try.
He's done it again.
The super zoom shows that it's down on the line.
Only just.
That's all it needs.
And his fingers are underneath it, so that's a-okay, because then
He's
he
remained in
down
possession.
pressure.
Yes, he's remained in possession.
Okay, here we go. Is it in? Yes, it is. John Wilkin looked at the screen when that decision came up and couldn't believe it.
Well, I thought Percival had done enough, but the credit for this try, not only his finish, but Joel Moon picking the ball up off his bootstraps and dropping his wingman Ryan Hall under.
How we got to this ball?
Absolutely, Steve-O. When they shifted across, it is a bad ball that Joel Moon has to stoop down and collect, but he does, and Ryan Hall does the rest.
This is the pass. How on earth did he pick that up? Fingertip control, back on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's got 4.
And here he goes, Kevin Sinfield, to give Leeds the lead for the first time tonight and inch them towards a return to Old Trafford. Sinfield has kicked the goal. Leeds are ahead 14 points to 13.
They never give in. It looked as though it was all over when this was given. It was a penalty. They claimed that he was taken out before he took possession. Wilkin didn't like it. Made it quite sure about that. They thought it was going to be a try, and when it was given, they have gone into raptures. Still plenty of time, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 1 point. But it's Saints now who have to play catch-up. As Garbutt drives it forward again. Have we got another twist in this tale? Peacock. Sinfield. Has he kicked the goal on this his last appearance at Headingley that takes this club back to Old Trafford? Dummy half again. Garbutt.
I don't think Leeds really, they can't just play safety first. They've got to try to get at least another 2 points with a penalty or seal it off with a try, and they'll keep going at it. They know that Saints never give in.
Great run from Ablett. Sinfield drills. Oh, he tried to drill the ball into touch. Adam Swift picked it up. Sinfield, though, gets the tackle in.
One of the most important 40-20s we've seen in a long time. I mean, time will tell. 9 minutes left in the game, but let's not forget the Kevin Sinfield 40-20.
Well, St Helens seemed adamant before they conceded the try to break through Leeds in the middle of the field. Watch the ball turn back inside, testing the tiring all the defenders. I'm sure they'll stay in the middle and try and blast through them.
This is the 122nd playoff tie since they were brought into this game in 1998. We have never seen extra time or a golden point. If Saints get the chance, do they go for the drop goal?
Yeah, they've got to. They can't take the risk otherwise. And Leeds are aware of it. No errors, no mistakes. Cling on to this ball.
No penalties for St Helens. That'll be key as well, Steve-O. As fatigue sets in, well, it's well set in now. Do not give the referee an opportunity to blow his whistle.
Hardaker on halfway, plays the ball. It's Sinfield. Now Maguire. Here goes Cuthbertson. He's spun to the ground. Could have been a little high from Wilkin, perhaps. It was in the chin. Garbutt. Last tackle coming up for the Leeds Rhinos.
Do they put it in a touch or do they put it up in the air?
Up in the air is the answer off Sinfield.
He's going to bounce.
Maguire's after it. Oh! Percival to the rescue, just.
Bat, he lost. You can't afford to let it bounce.
Well, the turning points in this second half have all come from the boot of Kevin Sinfield. 40-20 kick, a conversion which wasn't easy 10 metres in from the sideline, and then here an attacking kick that gives his side repeat possession inside the last 10 minutes.
I think Percival has done remarkably well there to cover that kick. Didn't field it as well as he'd like to, but he did very well to read Sinfield's reverse kick. Quinlan was already drawn across. If Percival hadn't come there, swept it up, then Maguire would have been in. Ball back. St Helens have got time, Eddie, to get back into this game. It's only the solitary point.
Yes, just the 1 point. Oh, Garbutt lifts Wilkin off his legs.
Well, we've given so much praise, haven't we, to Adam Cuthbertson for the offloads throughout this season. But really, Brian McDermott's got to say to him, don't risk the offload.
Here he is, gives it to Garbutt. He goes down, tackle number 4. Burrow. Burrow trying to go on his own. Gives it to Watkins. Watkins then to Zach Hardacre. And Hardacre running laterally, looking for someone to run off him.
Straighten
Comes
up.
bathey haven't laid a hand on him yet. Now they have Quinlan and Atelebe. Cuthbertson to the in-goal area and too long. Well, is it written in the stars that Leeds get to Old Trafford, or have Saints got something in reserve? Percival.
You never know, but Brian McDermott perhaps will be furious that it was Cuthbertson that was utilising the kick there. When you've got the likes of Barrow, you've got the likes of Sinfield and Maguire. Why on earth do you want a forward to be doing that?
Swift.
They need a clean break, the Saints.
That's good meter so far. There is time on the clock.
Oh, Atelebe drops it. And Maguire gets a little knock on as well, so they'll play the first.
Just took his eyes off the ball. He could see Joel Moon coming in.
This is what Kevin Sinfield's able, in the white-hot heat intensity of this match, to put his head in an ice pack, cool down his thinking, and make sure he directs his side in the right way. It's a very difficult skill that he's learned through a valuable experience, and why it's so important.
Ryan Hall, 7 days ago, he won the League Leaders' Shield for the Rhinos at the John Smith Stadium, Huddersfield. Tonight, has this try and the Sinfield goal taken Leeds to the grand final at Old Trafford? 5 minutes to go.
But where St Helens or where Leeds end this set is going to be crucial, Eddie. Where and how they end it.
Well, it's got to be over the touchline. That's where I'd be putting it.
Garbutt gets the pass away to Kindhorst.
Don't go anywhere near the touchline. Got to make sure, get kick into the corner. But knowing Sinfield or maybe Maguire, they'll put it right up.
Here's Maguire. Down on tackle number 4. Burrow. Sinfield in front of Atelebe. He goes down on the 5th, so this is the last for Leeds this set.
Into the corner, oh, they're running it. What on earth are they doing? They probably thought themselves, well, it's a turnover, and we'll just keep our defence. He looks calm and collected as Brian McDermott.
Well, it's got to be a 90-metre effort from St Helens.
Yeah, but I'd have wanted that ball to either go out in a touch or into the in-goal area.
Remember the Wigan game? Just a couple of weeks ago. They snatched it at the death then. Can they do it again tonight? Luke Walsh. Greenwood.
Well, Luke Walsh, Eddie, he has to plot their route downfield. That man will help us, Oi.
Here goes Roby.
What a big game he's had, James Roby.
Play on, says the referee. It was off Wilkin up in the air and carried on by Walsh to Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook.
It's got to be a kick over the top when it comes to the last.
They're just keeping this ball alive. They've reached the 5th. Here comes the last.
There's no sweeper.
Such tension here at Headingley.
Hardacre's up. He's not dropped deep. He knows there's maybe a little kick coming. It's got to be coming.
Josh Jones, not the best. Wilkin out wide. Swift forward.
Yeah, you could see with the direction of the arms that it was always going to go forward. He just hesitated. Watch this, yeah. It's slipping away forward. He was in a great position with Robert Hicks, the official.
Well, Luke Walsh with that conversion miss. It was only inches, but that's the difference between, at the moment, going to Old Trafford and failing.
And this is up the jumper time. Turn the clock back. The old-fashioned, come on, steam pigs, the forwards, don't pass.
Hardacre to Ryan Hall. Down he goes, 40 metres away from his own line. Singleton to halfway. Sinfield. This is Briscoe. And Briscoe goes down, tackle number 4. Sinfield.
You know, Sinfield has been magnificent for this club. And he knows this will be the last time he played at Headingley under the Rugby League rules. Good kick into the corner
by Rob Burrow.
But one kick, just one kick, Eddie, has turned this game on its head. The 40-20. And Rob Burrow knows, he's been around long enough to realise that'll eat up a few, maybe 20 seconds before they stop the clock.
Well, this is Saints' last chance.
And this
There's
is the moment.
40-20.
This is the moment. I know they made a song of it, but he will remember it for a long, long time.
Well, nobody could have imagined the excitement the game finished with last week at Huddersfield under John Smith and Ryan Hall's try. If St Helens get anything out of this game in the next minute and a little bit, it will be extremely special.
Josh Jones will not give it up. St Helens will not give up without a fight, but they've got 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes to win this.
Hardacre's not dropped back. He's anticipating the chip over the top.
Walsh. Ateleve.
He's had a big game as well.
Deals with the threat.
And again, Hardacre won't drop back. Surely they'll go for the chip over the top, but that's great defence.
Oh! Watkins!
It's all over.
Will take Leeds Rhinos to Old Trafford. Walsh desperately trying to keep the ball alive, flicked at it in the air. It bounced kindly for Callum Watkins. He doesn't need second invitations. And Callum Watkins gets over for the try that takes Leeds to Old Trafford and registers his 100th career try. 200 career tries in Leeds colours for Ryan Hall last week to win it. 100 in Leeds colours for Watkins to win it here tonight. Incredible.
You take the opportunity.
Treble is on.
And Eddie, I just cannot believe that Saints didn't try to opt for the little chip over the top. Remember, it saved Leeds' bacon last week. And commiserations there from Brian McDermott.
Great friends off the field. Brian McDermott, Kieran Cunningham. Kieran Cunningham's first season in charge ends in bitter disappointment. Brian McDermott has won the League Leaders' Shield, has won the Challenge Cup, and is now 80 minutes away from winning the treble. And this is Kevin Sinfield. This was his kick. This is his last kick on this ground in Leeds colours. He kicks it. They're there. They're back for the first time since 2012. It's a repeat of the 1998, the inaugural grand final between Wigan and Leeds. And if it's as good as it was that night, we are in for a treat. And I think it might be even better. St Helens have run their blood to water. Nobody could have asked any more of them.
It looked as though they had it, didn't they? At 13-8 when Percival went over. The great thinking by John Wilkin took them over onto that right-hand side, and when Percival came through, and he can't believe it. He just cannot believe it that they've done it yet again.
Gary Hetherington we saw there.
He's in tears, Eddie.
And I think Kieran Cunningham and Saints will be in tears as well, because it was a brave, brave effort. But, yes, Sir Kevin, he has kicked them to Old Trafford tonight. And let's hear from the man himself right now as we see the other great player, Jamie Peacock, in the Leeds Rhinos colours. But there he is, the man of the match, the Leeds skipper, Kevin Sinfield, in association with Prostate Cancer UK. Kevin Sinfield, man of the match, here talks to Angela Powers. Kevin Sinfield, man of the match. Your last game for Leeds Rhinos on this pitch, the last kick as well. How do you feel?
Yeah, well, I thought that were a great advert for the game. Super 8s have thrown some great games up, but that was right up there. It's one of the toughest games I've played in, so, you know, I just wanted to take the win tonight, you know, being my last one at Headingley with the Rhinos. It meant so much, not only to me, the team. We know what's at stake next week, and we'll come up against a fantastic team next week, but we'll give it our best.
A grand final in your last season with the Leeds Rhinos, the League Leaders Shield, and also the Challenge Cup. It's a dream, isn't it? You've still got to finish it, though.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been a bit of a roller coaster year. We're being left out earlier in the year, but we're a real tight group. There's a lot of character in there, and I think for a spell, I felt we just needed to get in front in the game, and you know, thankfully we had enough in the tank. These a couple of old stagers here who have done us proud again tonight as well.
Talking of old stagers, Jamie, your coach at the beginning, when I said you're going to keep a lid on the emotion, he said, well, no, let it flow. Was there emotion out there tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Man, what a group to play with. A bunch of players like that. You know, I feel so lucky to play with such a gritty bunch, you know. Never know when we beat, never know when to quit. And it's just a huge honour to finish my career out playing with this team in this great club. Awesome.
Listen to that crowd. They love you. They're going to miss you.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It's been unbelievable, you know, throughout my career here. And Harmony's here. And they got behind us that last 20 minutes. And we came home with a wet sail. And it's a pleasure to play with such a tough bunch of blokes. I said blokes who never know when you beat, you know, never know when to lie down, and showed it again tonight, 2 weeks running now, then it's a big one next week and anything can happen there.
Just a word for St Helens, they gave you a game tonight.
Hey, they're a great side, St Helens are a great side, they're tenacious and tough, and they got out in front, and they've had a good season, they've had a good season, they've some great young players, and they should take a lot of heart out, they've regrouped to the back end of the year, but one more goal for us now, one more.
It was a game for you, for Kevin and for Kylie. Kylie Luluai, your last game at Headingley as well, and you're going all the way to Old Trafford.
Yeah, couldn't have finished better than this. Playing for home at home for a home crowd, and you know, Saints, full credit to them. They gave it to us for the whole game. It's been like that over the years since being in the club, so it's just a great feeling.
It's quite emotional. You can feel it in the air, can't you? The tension was there through the game, and now that relief that you're going to Old Trafford.
Yeah, well, we had a big season. It's been pretty tough, so. It wouldn't have been good if we just finished in the final, yeah, and then things should have come this way.
Dream end to a season.
Oh, definitely. Had some great memories here at the club, like I've said, but being finished at Old Trafford, couldn't go any better.
You go and talk to that crowd now. Brian McDermott, well, there you go. You're going all the way to Old Trafford. The chance of the treble. Just listen to this crowd. I don't think you can hear me, can you? What was that like for you?
Do you know, all the players spoke before about it's going to be something different. I don't think the game was going to look anything different to what we saw there tonight. Very intense. Two teams that wouldn't give an inch. You had to come up with some brilliant plays to score a try, and both teams were out on the feet, gassed halfway through that second half. Listen, St Helens are one of the toughest teams out there. They're hard to break down, they stay in the game, you think you've got them on the racks, and they come up with something, you know, to get over the top of Saints, it makes you feel gives you a bit of humility, but yeah, look at them, this is great for the fans, you know, to do this here, yeah, really pleasing.
I kind of want to talk about the grand final, but it feels a bit about tonight. This game is all about tonight and Headingley and saying goodbye to those three and achieving the dream of maybe getting the treble.
Maybe. We'll pick the bones out of that performance because it wasn't great, but again, I don't think it was going to look anything different, and we got three fellas there that we'd really like to send out, unashamedly, we can mention that now, we'd really like to send them out on a high, but I think we're going to be really good against a pretty strong Wigan team next week.
Thank you very much, congratulations Brian. Kieran, you said at the beginning you knew this was going to be a tight game. How does it feel to go out at this stage?
Oh, obviously disappointing. It's, you know, as you could expect, but you know, it was probably worthy of a final. That game, it was outstanding, and You know, it came down to a big call again, and the call goes against us yet again. But Leeds was always going to play, and Leeds always can play. And you know, I really feel for my boys. I thought for large parts of that game we was the better team, and we deserved a little bit more. And you know, Kevin Sinfield just comes up with his 40-20, and it changes the whole concept of the game. You know, but that's why Leeds are a great side, and they've won so many trophies.
It did change the game in some ways, but you had some players out on their feet. Tommy Makinson for a start. There were bodies all over the place at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I think people really hung in there for everybody, and we fought for each other like we have done all year. And I thought Kyle Amo was outstanding, and John Wilkin again through the middle was brilliant. And you know, I'm proud of every one of them players, and they came, and we was the underdogs coming to Headingley, and we fought, and we got within a whisker of making the Old Trafford, but you know, getting within a whisker is just not good enough. And I'm really proud of what my players have done this year. I'm really proud of them, and you know, it's tough going out in the semi. It's really is tough, and you know, we've been to many finals ourselves, and we've knocked many teams out, but this one's a tough one to take, because I did think for large periods was the best side, but Leeds are a great side, and you can never write them off. And you know, on the other side, you know, I'm really pleased for Jamie Peacock and Kevin Sinfield and all those great legends of the game who's going to be, you know, they're not going to grace the turf of rugby league anymore. And you know, I wish them all the best, and I really want them to go out on a big high. You know, I finished my career at a grand final. I said to JP, I'm really pleased that you're going to do it too. So all credit to Leeds. You know, they're a great side. They got the points in the end, but we're just not quite good enough. But all credit to my players for hanging in there.
Magnanimous in defeat. Thanks very much for your time there, Kieran.